Most people believe serious heart problems always come with a warning: a sharp pain in the chest, a sudden collapse, a dramatic moment that makes it obvious something is wrong. But after the age of 60, the body often works differently. Some of the most dangerous heart-related events don't begin with a loud alarm. Instead, they develop quietly while a person is asleep. No panic, no obvious signal, just a series of small evening habits that place extra strain on the cardiovascular system night after night. What surprises many people is that these habits often seem completely harmless. They're part of an ordinary evening routine: a late dinner, a missed medication, a bedroom that's too warm, not drinking enough water. Small choices that may not feel important in the moment, but over time, they can influence how the heart performs during the hours when the body is most vulnerable. Today, we're going to look at 5 evening habits that deserve more attention after 60. More importantly, we'll discuss simple adjustments that may help support healthier blood pressure, better circulation, and more restorative sleep. And the last habit on this list is one that many people overlook completely. Let's begin. During the day, your heart is constantly responding to movement, activity, meals, emotions, and countless other demands. At night, something different is supposed to happen. The body enters a recovery period. Heart rate gradually slows, blood vessels relax, blood pressure naturally drops. This overnight transition gives the cardiovascular system a chance to recover from the demands of the day. However, as we get older, this process doesn't always work as smoothly as it once did. Blood vessels become less flexible. Pressure regulation becomes less efficient. The body's natural recovery systems may not respond as strongly as they did decades earlier. As a result, evening habits begin to matter more than many people realize. What happens before sleep often influences what happens throughout the night. And one of the most common examples starts at the dinner table. Think about your typical evening meal. What time do you usually eat? For many adults over 60, dinner happens later than intended. Sometimes it's 8 p.m., sometimes 9 p.m., sometimes even later. After dinner comes television, a little relaxation, and then bed. It feels normal because millions of people follow the same routine. But here's what many people don't consider. Digesting a large meal requires significant work from the body. Blood flow increases to support digestion. Metabolism becomes more active. The cardiovascular system works harder to move nutrients where they need to go. When this happens shortly before bedtime, the body receives mixed signals. On one hand, it's trying to enter recovery mode. On the other hand, it's still processing a large meal. These competing demands can interfere with the natural nighttime slowdown that supports healthy cardiovascular function. Research suggests that eating heavy meals too close to bedtime may contribute to elevated nighttime blood pressure and reduce sleep quality in some individuals. That doesn't mean you need a strict diet. It simply means timing may be worth paying attention to. Many experts recommend finishing the main evening meal several hours before sleep, whenever possible. If hunger appears later, a lighter snack is often easier for the body to handle than a large second meal. It sounds simple, but small adjustments like this can create a much calmer environment for the heart during the night. And that's exactly what we want, because the next habit may be even more important. For many adults over 60, managing blood pressure becomes part of daily life. And while people often focus on the medication itself, they don't always think about timing. In reality, timing can matter. Blood pressure follows a natural rhythm throughout the day. It rises during waking hours. It typically falls during sleep. But not everyone experiences that healthy nighttime decline. Some people continue to have elevated blood pressure throughout the night without realizing it. Others may experience early morning spikes before they even wake up. Because these changes happen during sleep, they often go unnoticed for years. That's why it's important to have regular conversations with your healthcare provider about blood pressure management and medication schedules. Sometimes a simple discussion can reveal options that better fit an individual's needs and daily routine. Many people never ask the question, and many wish they had asked sooner. The important takeaway is this: don't assume that every detail of your treatment plan is fixed forever. Health changes over time, and periodic conversations with your healthcare team can help ensure your plan continues to work effectively for you. Now let's talk about something that millions of people hear every night, but rarely take seriously enough. Let's talk about snoring. Most people think of it as a harmless annoyance, something that interrupts sleep, something family members joke about, something people simply learn to live with. But persistent, loud snoring deserves attention, especially after the age of 60. Why? Because in some cases, snoring may be a sign that breathing is being interrupted during sleep. When breathing repeatedly becomes restricted, oxygen levels can fluctuate throughout the night. The body notices these changes immediately. Even if you're asleep, your nervous system reacts. Stress hormones are released. Heart rate may increase. Blood pressure can rise. Instead of enjoying a calm and restorative night, the body may spend hours responding to repeated disruptions. Many people are completely unaware this is happening. They assume they're sleeping through the night. Yet they wake up feeling tired. They need naps during the day. They struggle with morning headaches. They feel exhausted despite spending enough hours in bed. These signals shouldn't be ignored. If you've been told that you snore heavily, wake up gasping for air, or frequently feel tired after a full night's sleep, it may be worth discussing these symptoms with your healthcare provider. A sleep evaluation can provide valuable information about what's happening while you rest. Many people are surprised to discover that improving nighttime breathing can also support healthier blood pressure, energy levels, and overall cardiovascular wellness. Now let's move to another habit that often seems sensible but can create an unexpected problem. Many adults intentionally drink less water in the evening. The reason makes perfect sense. Nobody wants multiple trips to the bathroom during the night. Nobody wants interrupted sleep. So people begin limiting fluids after dinner. Sometimes they stop drinking water entirely, several hours before bed. Unfortunately, this strategy may not always work in the body's favor. During sleep, the body continues losing fluids through breathing and normal biological processes. If hydration is already low before bedtime, circulation may become less efficient overnight. Water plays an important role in helping the cardiovascular system function smoothly. It supports healthy blood flow. It helps regulate body temperature. It assists numerous processes that continue while we sleep. This doesn't mean you should drink excessive amounts before bed. More isn't always better. But going to sleep consistently dehydrated isn't ideal either. A practical approach is often the best approach. Stay hydrated throughout the day. Have a moderate amount of water in the evening. Pay attention to how your body responds. And if you wake up thirsty during the night, don't automatically ignore that signal. Your body may simply be asking for hydration. It's one of the easiest habits on today's list to improve. And sometimes the simplest habits make the biggest difference. Now here's a factor many people never connect to heart health: bedroom temperature. Most of us think about temperature only in terms of comfort. Too hot, too cold, end of story. But temperature can influence sleep quality more than many people realize. When a bedroom is too warm, the body must work harder to cool itself. Heart rate may remain slightly elevated. Sleep can become lighter and more fragmented. Some people toss and turn without understanding why. On the other hand, an excessively cold room may create a different challenge. The body works harder to maintain its core temperature. Blood vessels can tighten. Comfort decreases. Sleep quality may suffer. That's why many sleep specialists recommend keeping the bedroom comfortably cool rather than overly warm. A cooler sleep environment often supports deeper, more restorative sleep. And better sleep supports nearly every system in the body, including the cardiovascular system. Think about it for a moment. Many people spend thousands of dollars on health products, yet they rarely adjust one of the most important environments they experience every day, the place where they spend 7 to 8 hours every single night. Sometimes meaningful improvements begin with surprisingly small changes: a cooler room, better airflow, comfortable bedding, a consistent bedtime, simple adjustments that support the body's natural recovery process. And when we combine everything we've discussed so far, a clear pattern begins to emerge. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is creating an evening routine that helps the body work with you instead of against you. At this point, you might be thinking this sounds like a long list of things to remember. But here's the good news. It doesn't require a complete lifestyle overhaul. In fact, when you combine everything we've discussed, it becomes one simple evening routine, a routine that supports healthy sleep, better recovery, and a calmer cardiovascular system throughout the night. Let's walk through what that might look like. Imagine it's early evening. Around 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., you sit down for dinner. Nothing extreme, nothing complicated. A balanced meal with protein, vegetables, and a reasonable portion size. Enough to feel satisfied without feeling overly full. After dinner, you give your body time to digest before heading to bed. No heavy late-night meals. No giant snacks an hour before sleep. Just a comfortable transition into the evening. Next comes hydration. Not excessive amounts of water. Not forcing yourself to drink more than you need. Simply staying reasonably hydrated and listening to your body's signals. Many people are surprised by how much better they feel in the morning when hydration becomes a consistent habit rather than an afterthought. Then comes something that has almost disappeared from modern life: a true wind-down period. No rushing, no stressful news, no endless scrolling, no checking emails every 10 minutes. Just a slower pace. Maybe a short walk, maybe reading a book, maybe listening to relaxing music, maybe having a conversation with someone you care about. The goal is simple. Allow your nervous system to shift from daytime activity into nighttime recovery, because your heart benefits when your mind slows down too. This brings us to the mistake many people continue making every night without realizing it. They treat sleep as something that simply happens, but sleep is actually something we prepare for. Think about athletes. They don't perform at their best by accident. They prepare. They create the right conditions. The same principle applies to sleep. Your bedroom environment matters. Your routine matters. Your habits matter. And yet many people go to bed at a different time every night. They fall asleep in front of the television. They keep bright lights on until the last minute. They bring stress, worry, and stimulation straight into the bedroom. Then they wonder why they wake up feeling exhausted. The body loves consistency. A regular bedtime helps support healthy sleep patterns. A comfortable room helps support deeper sleep. A calm evening helps prepare the mind and body for recovery. These habits may sound ordinary, because they are, but ordinary habits repeated consistently often produce extraordinary results over time. And here's something important to remember. Your heart never takes a night off. Not once. Not for a single hour. Not for a single minute. While you're sleeping, your heart continues working. It continues circulating blood. It continues delivering oxygen. It continues supporting every organ in your body, day after day, year after year. That's why your evening routine deserves more attention than most people give it, because every night is an opportunity to support your cardiovascular health, not through complicated programs, not through expensive gadgets, but through practical choices that work with your body's natural rhythms. Now let's quickly review the 5 habits we've covered today. Number 1. Avoid large, heavy meals close to bedtime whenever possible. Give your body time to digest before sleep. Number 2. Talk with your healthcare provider about your blood pressure management and medication schedule. Regular conversations matter. Number 3. Don't ignore persistent snoring, daytime fatigue, or signs that your sleep quality may be poor. Your body could be sending important signals. Stay reasonably hydrated throughout the day and avoid consistently going to bed dehydrated. Number 5. Create a comfortable sleep environment that supports deep, restorative rest. Simple steps, practical steps, steps that many people can begin applying tonight. And that's the key message. Not fear, not worry, awareness. Because awareness creates better decisions, and better decisions repeated over time can lead to meaningful improvements in health and quality of life. If even one of these habits sounded familiar, you're not alone. Many people discover that they've been overlooking these factors for years. The good news is that small changes are often easier than people expect. You don't need to do everything perfectly. You just need to start. One adjustment, one evening, one night at a time. Take care of yourself. Take care of your sleep. And most importantly, take care of the heart that has been working for you every second of every day for decades. Because it deserves your attention tonight just as much as it did years ago. Good night and sleep well.